I don't go out to eat unless I can afford to tip at least 33%. That's at Nick Thomas for sale on Twitter. And then that whole thread, you guys should check it out. It's going to be linked in the description. It's just people saying, well, I don't go out unless I can tip 150%, 2000%. And that's why I think like tipping culture is taking us. Hey, welcome to Scams, Swindles, and Schemes.
A friendship thingy where we look at internet culture stuff, everyday problems, and ideas that may be more pervasive than you thought.
And then we determine if something is a
scam,
a swindle,
or a scheme.
Yeah, I'm Anicia Miller, filling in for Paula Dean.
And I'm Devin Whitlock, filling in for Uber Eats.
Ooh.
Quick legal rundown. This show is for entertainment purposes only. Everything we say is alleged and only our highly misinformed opinion.
Yeah, we're only college educated, y'all. Anyways, get a free 1-year subscription to HelloFresh when you use our link onisiamiller.com/HelloFresh. Lowercase, no spaces. All right, Devin. Keeping on the topic of food, today we have a very special guest. Her name is Angie McMahon. Attention all Caribbean people. When you see the spelling of her name, do not be like me and go McMahanon, right? It's Angie McMahon. All right? We will get there in the future of now butchering names. Anywho's, so today we're going to ask Angie whether tipping culture is a scam, a swindle, or a scheme. All right? All right, Angie! Angie! It's cracking!
Hello! So happy to be here.
Yes, yes. Okay, so you are the host and brainchild. Yes, you are a child of comedy, a brainchild of Wise Cracking Live, a very, 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 very funny virtual comedy game show. Yes. And you're now is it the Second City?
Yes, I've been at the Second City for 9 years. Yeah, I teach sketch comedy writing and stand-up there.
Okay. So today we are asking I was going to talk to you about cooking. We're talking about tipping culture, baby. All right. So we saw a tweet from Scott's Brianna at Scott's Brianna on Twitter. She says, before you go out, ask yourself, do I have at least $10 to tip my server? If not, don't go out to eat. Respectfully, a server gives you at least an hour of, I think they meant their time, and you can't even tip them minimum wage?
You know what? I used to waitress like a lot of performers, and here's a little waiter scam that I used to like to throw in once in a while. Is anytime you get a table of 6 or more, the restaurant would allow you to automatically add gratuity. So I would kind of apologetically tell the table like, oh, it's not me, it's corporate. Corporate says I have to do this. It's so like, I know it's terrible. I hate it too, but there's 6 of you and it's corporate rules. So 18%, sorry. And that worked usually.
I am for this. I am for this. I want to pull back and say though, this tweet, like if we talk from business to employee, I think tipping culture is a scam. You need to pay your staff a living wage. And I, as a person, can tip as a gift. You know?
This is where it gets hairy, right? Because as a business owner, you can afford to have more staff or, offer more hours if you don't have to pay 15 an hour or 10 an hour. And in some cases, especially like bougie restaurants, the waiters can make a lot more money off of tipping because it's higher price tickets and things like that. So I think it can be a weird balance. But when you're talking about like, a small diner, let's say, and it's a skeleton crew, and they're hoping that each table gives them $5, that's when the discussion starts going like, what are we doing here? Are we allowing people to have a living wage, be able to just make a living and go on with their lives? Mm-hmm. I think I was a former business owner as well, and I paid bartenders, and my company went under because of financial duress, because I was actually trying to pay people a living wage. So there's that too, right? I just didn't have the mass customer service or the customers that were coming in to allow me to be able to pay more of a living wage. We didn't have the customers. So in the end, the bartenders were barely making the minimum wage if I were just to pay them that hourly. So I think it's a sticky situation. And I think it depends on the business. It depends on the waiters. I mean, in Europe, they don't really tip, right?
Yeah, in Europe, but people, hey, where did I go?
Uh-oh. I lost you. There you are.
Hey, all right. Yeah, in Europe, we tip, but it's not, there's people are getting paid. So there's not this pressure of I have to tip. And what I'm seeing now in America, which brings me to the second tweet, someone says, I don't go out to eat unless I can afford to tip at least 33%. That's at Nick Thomas for sale on Twitter. And then that whole thread, you guys should check it out. It's going to be linked in the description. It's just people say, well, I don't go out unless I can tip 150%, 2000%. And that's why I think like tipping culture is taking us. This girl, what is it? Stotts Brianna. She's saying like, if you don't got at least $10 in your pocket to tip, don't go out. Listen, I went to the Slice Pizzeria. The slice is $4. So you're telling me I need to leave my home with $14?
Right. Well, and that gets into the other thing, right? Like that little tip jar at your Starbucks. Like we all know Starbucks employees are making, $15 an hour. They have healthcare. Like it's a pretty good place to work, right? So what happens to that extra $2, $3 that I'm throwing in that little tip jar? They all split it at the end of the day. Their wage goes up a little bit, but also sometimes I'm like, this is fast food, man. I'm not supposed to tip it. Like, I don't have to tip a fast food, right? Or like, there's other tipping stuff too. Like, do I tip the girl who's sweeping up the hair after I got my hair cut, or the girl that shampooed me? Or should I tip the movers? You always have to tip movers, right? And sometimes it's like, well, why can't how much are these movers making? I mean, I get that they're carrying heavy shit and all that, but I am paying for you to move my stuff. And now I got to throw down another $100 to give everybody $20 for all the movers. So, I mean, there's definitely, I've Googled more than once, like, am I supposed to tip? Who am I supposed to tip? How's this supposed to work? Because I'm a good person and other people maybe don't give a shit.
All right, Angie, final answer. Tipping culture, scam, swindle, or scheme?
I think it is a scam. I think that we're being scammed to force to pay for people's living wage. I think that you could easily wrap that all into the price, and then I wouldn't be pissed, right? If you just told me instead the sandwich is $10 plus $2 for the wage, then I'd be like, oh, the sandwich is $12. And I wouldn't be pissed at you for being like, judge this person's quality of life and pay what you think they deserve to live off of. You would just tell me like, no, now your sandwich is an extra $2 and that's that. And life goes on. And that $2 goes to the waiter.
And servers wouldn't be anxious to be super nice to people. Like you could just serve people with your resting bitch face, and they would just have to take it. Anywho's, all right.
Give servers a living wage.
Right? All right, Angie, tell the people what you got for them today.
Well, I'm going to be appearing on a brand new show on Roku Originals called One of Them. It's a comedy competition, and you'll have to see if I move on throughout the competition, but I hope you guys will tune in. It's a ton of fun. Also, I host an online virtual comedy game show called Wisecrackin'. You can watch at wisecrackin.com for free.
Yes. And also, if you have a Netflix subscription, one of my favorite things to do is go back and enjoy Angie's episode of Nailed It. I believe you were in season 1, right?
It was Nailed It Holiday season 1. So you have to put holiday. And it is the first episode, Jingle Fails, and it is upside down Santa cake time.
Yes, I love it so much. One second. One day we will do this without a script. All right, Marks, that's all we have for you today.
Please like, comment, share, and be sure to give us 5 stars on Yelp.
I'm Onicia Muller at Onicia Muller with an R on Twitter.
And I'm Devin Whitlock on Twitter at Devin Agonistes.
Join us next week as we explore Klaviyo. If you don't know, we will fill you in. And a beautiful company called Personnel Concepts. If you want more scams, you can check out our previous episode on Moxie Robots and film franchisers. And the clips will be on Devin's YouTube channel. Mm-hmm.
The link is in the description box or show notes. You can find bonus content, more episodes, and multiple ways to send us your banking info and social security number at oniciamuller.com/scams.
That's scams with 3 S's. Bye.